What if I told you that something extremely simple, just 2 words, could quietly change the direction of your life, not in a magical, unrealistic way, but in a way that slowly shifts how you think, how you act, and what you attract? Most people spend years searching for complicated answers, strategies, and secrets, but sometimes the most powerful change begins with something so small you almost ignore it. These 2 words are not loud. They don't need attention. In fact, the real power comes when you keep them to yourself. No announcements, no explanations, no trying to convince others. Just you repeating something simple again and again until it starts to shape your mindset from the inside. Think about it. Every single day, you are already talking to yourself. You repeat thoughts, worries, doubts, and expectations without even noticing. And over time, those quiet words become your reality. They guide your choices, your confidence, and even the opportunities you believe you deserve. So what happens if you change that pattern? What happens if you replace all that noise with something intentional, something focused? This is where the 2 words come in. They are simple, but they are not weak. When used the right way, they act like a quiet instruction to your mind, a reminder, a direction, and over time, that direction can lead you somewhere completely different from where you are right now. But here's the key: you have to use them the right way. And most importantly, you have to understand why they work. Let's break that down. Why do words matter so much? It's because your mind is always listening, even when you think it's not. The way you talk to yourself shapes how you see the world. It shapes what you believe is possible for you. If your inner voice is full of doubt, fear, or negativity, your actions will slowly follow that direction. You will hesitate more, expect less, and settle for things you don't truly want. But when your words change, something else begins to change too. Your focus shifts. Instead of seeing limits, you start noticing chances. Instead of thinking, "I can't," your mind begins to search for ways you can. This isn't magic. It's how your brain works. It follows the instructions you give it, especially the ones you repeat often. Every time you say something to yourself, your brain takes it as a signal. If you repeat it enough, it becomes familiar, and what feels familiar starts to feel true. That's why people who constantly think negative thoughts often feel stuck. They've trained their mind to expect less. On the other hand, people who use strong, clear, and positive language train their mind to move forward. Your words don't just stay in your head. They slowly turn into actions, and your actions create your results. So even though it seems small, changing your words is actually one of the most powerful things you can do. This is exactly why those 2 simple words matter more than you think. The reason words shape your reality is simple. Your brain believes what you repeat. It doesn't stop and question every thought. It listens, it absorbs, and then it adjusts your behavior based on what it hears the most. So if you keep telling yourself that things are hard, that you're not ready, or that nothing ever works for you, your mind starts working in that direction without you even noticing. But the opposite is also true. When you start using clear and intentional words, your brain begins to organize your thoughts differently. It starts looking for solutions instead of problems. It begins to notice opportunities that were always there, but you couldn't see before. This shift is quiet, but it is powerful. Think of your mind like a filter. It shows you more of what you focus on. If your words are negative, your focus becomes negative. If your words are strong and directed, your focus becomes sharp and useful. Over time, this changes how you act, how you respond, and how you move through life. And here's the important part. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about guiding your mind with better instructions. Simple, repeated words can slowly replace doubt with clarity, confusion with direction, and hesitation with action. This is why those two words are not just words. They are a tool, a way to train your mind to work for you instead of against you. Most people don't fail because they don't want success. They fail because their mind is working against them. They say they want something better, a better life, more money, more peace, but deep inside, their thoughts are full of doubt. One moment they feel motivated, and the next moment they question everything. This inconsistency slowly breaks their progress. The real problem is not lack of effort. It's the constant negative self-talk running in the background. Thoughts like this won't work, I'm not good enough, or maybe this is not for me. These thoughts may seem small, but repeated every day, they become strong. They create hesitation. They stop you before you even begin. And then there's another issue. People want results quickly. They try something for a few days, don't see immediate change, and give up. They don't realize that their mind has been trained for years in the opposite direction. It takes time to shift that pattern. But most people don't stay long enough to see that shift happen. Another hidden problem is outside noise. People talk, they give opinions, sometimes they doubt you, sometimes they laugh, and sometimes they simply don't understand your goals. And without realizing it, you start absorbing that energy. You begin to question your own vision. So it's not that people can't manifest what they want. It's that their belief is weak, their focus is scattered, and their thoughts are not aligned with what they truly desire. That's exactly why something simple but powerful is needed to break this cycle. Words become powerful when they are used with focus, not random, not emotional, not scattered, but clear and repeated with intention. Most people speak without thinking. They say whatever comes to their mind, and because of that, their thoughts stay messy. But when you start choosing your words carefully, something changes. Your mind begins to slow down. It begins to listen, Focused language gives direction. It tells your brain what matters and what doesn't. Instead of jumping from one thought to another, your mind starts following a single path. And when your mind has direction, your actions become more aligned. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter, and you begin to move with purpose. Your brain is always looking for instructions. When you give it clear and simple words, it tries to match your actions with those words. That's how habits are formed. That's how confidence is built. Not by big changes, but by small, repeated signals that guide you every day. This is why random thinking keeps people stuck, but focused language helps people move forward. It brings clarity, it reduces confusion, and most importantly, it builds consistency, something most people struggle with. So before anything changes outside, something has to change inside. And that change begins with the words you choose to repeat. Now here are the two words, I decide. Simple, quiet, but powerful. When you say I decide, you take control back. You stop waiting for the perfect time, the perfect mood, or someone else's approval. You stop leaving your life to chance. In that moment, you are telling your mind that you are in charge. Not your fears, not your past, not your doubts, you. Most people live in a state of maybe I'll try. Maybe it will work. Maybe things will change, but maybe it creates hesitation. It keeps you stuck in the middle, never fully moving forward. I decided to remove that confusion. It creates a clear line, a direction. When you repeat these two words, your mindset begins to shift. You start acting with intention. You stop overthinking every step. You begin to move even when things are not perfect. And that is where real change starts. I decided it is not about forcing things. It's about choosing your path again and again. Even on days when you feel unsure, you remind yourself that you still have control over your next move. These two words may sound small, but they carry a strong message, a message your mind understands deeply. The more you repeat them, the more your actions start to follow. And that's when things begin to change. Now you might be wondering, why not tell anyone about this? If it's so powerful, why keep it quiet? Because not everyone will understand it. And more importantly, not everyone will protect it. When you share something personal too early, you expose it to opinions, doubts, and unnecessary questions. People may not mean harm, but their words can still affect you. A simple comment like "that won't work" or "that sounds strange" can slowly weaken your belief. And once your belief becomes weak, your consistency starts to break. This is why silence is important, not as a rule, but as protection. When you keep this to yourself, you create a private space where your focus can grow without interruption. There is no need to explain, no need to defend, no need to prove anything to anyone. It becomes something personal, something that belongs only to you. Also, When you don't talk about it, you save your energy. Instead of speaking, you start doing. Instead of explaining your intentions, you quietly live them. And that quiet consistency becomes much stronger than any words you could say to others. Remember, not everything needs to be shared. Some things work better in silence, and this is one of them. Now the question is, how do you actually use these two words in your daily life? Keep it simple. You don't need a long routine or a special setup. Start with your morning. The moment you wake up, before your mind gets filled with noise, say quietly to yourself, I decide. Say it slowly. Say it with awareness. Let it sink in. You are setting the direction for your day before anything else influences you. Then use it in moments of hesitation. When you feel lazy, when you feel unsure, when you start overthinking, pause for a second and repeat, I decide. It brings you back to control. It reminds you that you can still choose your next step. No matter how you feel, you can also use it before important actions, before starting your work, before making a decision, even before doing something small that you've been delaying. These two words act like a switch. They move you from thinking to doing. The key is repetition with attention. Don't say it like a habit with no meaning. Say it like a reminder, like a command to yourself. The more you use it in real moments, the stronger it becomes. You don't need to force anything, just stay consistent. Let these two words slowly become part of how you think and act, and over time you'll notice you are no longer waiting. When you stay consistent with these two words, the change doesn't happen all at once, but it starts quietly. At first, you may not notice much, but slowly your thinking becomes clearer. You hesitate less. You stop waiting for the right feeling and start taking action anyway. Small decisions become easier, and over time, those small decisions begin to shape bigger results. You start trusting yourself more. You begin to feel in control, even when things are not perfect. That's how real change happens, step by step, through consistency. But there are also mistakes you need to avoid. The first mistake is saying the words without meaning them. If you repeat, I decide, but continue to act the same way, nothing will change. The second mistake is expecting instant results. This is not a quick fix. It's a process that builds over time. And the third mistake is being inconsistent, using the words only when you feel motivated and forgetting them when things get hard. That's exactly when you need them the most. Stay aware, stay patient, and keep using them with intention. Because when you do it right, these two simple words can slowly reshape how you think, how you act, and what you achieve. At the end of the day, it all comes down to one simple truth. You have more control than you think, not over everything that happens around you, but over how you respond, how you act, and the direction you choose. And sometimes, all it takes to take that control back is something as small as two words. I decide. No noise, no pressure, just a quiet shift inside you that slowly changes everything outside. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to prove it. Just use it, live it, and let your results speak over time. So starting today, stop waiting, stop doubting, and remind yourself again and again that you are the one in control. If this message made you think even a little, take a second to like this video. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd really like to hear what you felt while listening to this. And if you want more simple, powerful ideas like this, don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone who might need it. Your next step is simple. Decide